watching this wonderful loading screen happen. This game is quite loud for me. I should do an audio test really quick here. Give me a second. Quite loud for me. I should do an audio test. I need to turn it up a little bit, it sounds like. Alright, let's test that now. Hold on. Alright, that seems better. Sorry if I got a little echo there. I don't think anybody's here yet anyway. Alright. Let me minimize that for a hot second and do my normal thing. Apparently my knob got stuck. I need to get it out of the way. Alright, so over here, I grab this, and then I go over here, and I say, hello, come watch me play Pathfinder, KingMaker, a CRPG I've never played before. Although I did actually try it at PAX, but I don't think that counts. And over on this social media, I don't think I have my social medias anywhere, do I? I mean, I'm just Sargato everywhere, but I suppose I should do that at some point. Alright, gonna do that there, gonna do that there. Here we are here, okay. Alright. Did I do it over here yet? I didn't do it over here yet. Let's do it over here. Alright. So, sorry for the delay in starting today. I was trying to chat while I was kind of messing with some, like, last-minute stuff. And then, like, things did not go the way that I wanted them to go. But I went ahead and sort of, kind of, maybe, possibly fixed / updated a handful of things to be a little better. Super not happy yet. There's a ton of other stuff I still gotta do. Like, I'm having a lot of problems with audio files right now, and like finding something that Streamlabs will accept with something I have handy to be able to record with. So I need to probably download Audacity or something that I can record like actual things that I want to record. But I did go through and get like the basic alerts and things fixed a little bit, and I'm really chuffed with some of those results. So oh, the owl cats. Alright, a new game. I do not agree with sending you data. Sorry, buddy. There's like scenarios that I don't know. Alright, well, that's fine. I know like very little about this. Wow, okay, what the heck? Why are there so many difficulties? Man, I guess I appreciate all the abilities to like set stuff. But man, alright, we'll just do normal for now. The normal. The norms. I could just play as like a generic person. What kind of characters I can make? Why was it starting me with the portrait? I haven't even picked my class yet. Also, these portrait options are kind of skimpy, actually. That's just ways to import them, but still. None of these faces are mine. This is a vampire. Has a beard and a Stargate in his hand. Stargate SG Ancient Times. I mean, he's probably like the most suave looking dude here. But I haven't even decided what kind of character I want to make yet. We might have to come back to that. Wait, based on my portrait, did it try to choose my race for me? No. Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Alright, hold on. Who did I pick as like the temporary like hold in? Like, this guy's fine. Alright. So we got this guy. This guy does not look like that guy. Wait, my race. Alright, what race do I want? Do I want a human or half elf or elf or half orc? Be like plain touched. Might be kind of neat. Halflings. Kind of cool too, I guess. Real tiny though. Gnomies. Dwarfies. Elfies. Humans. I don't know, man. That's some good Pepsi. Elves can't have beards. Gnomes can. So can halflings. So can half elves. So can half orcs. Alright, so based on like being able to have beards, elves are out. Alright, so now I like to play an elf in like Dragon Age because like the racial tensions between the elves and like everybody else made a lot of fun to be like to me there was no way that my character in that campaign, like if there was like a self-sacrificing way to win that wasn't the option that was taken, because having it that a elf saved all of society was very good. Very good. So I haven't picked one up like class yet. Like maybe I should pick my class, then go back and pick my race. How is this? How is this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Alchemist. Holy shnikes. I had no idea what I was getting myself into here, did I? Jeez. I haven't played enough Pathfinder to really know Pathfinder. Cleric, druid, fighter. What's an inquisitor? You can't really see the... Alright, let's pick something that... Yeah, there we go. I can see the face a little bit. I'm kind of disappointed how small this is. Like, I understand, like, it's not exactly, like, super high res, but at the same time, like, being able to get a better idea of, like, oh god, there's no way we don't take that haircut, right? And a big manly beard. This blind always looks so stupid in these games. Skin tone. Oh, they get 3 body types too? They gotta be the husky boy, right? I mean, Gotta represent the Husky Boys. Oh, you could change the handedness? That's neat. I like that a lot. That's good. No. I haven't decided my class yet. And then there are subclasses too? Oh my god. Oh my god. That is... Whoa. So what is the ecosystem? Whoa. That's cool. Magi spend much of their time traveling the world, learning whatever martial or arcane secrets they can find. They might spend months learning a new sword fighting style from a master warrior, while simultaneously moonlighting in the local library, poring through tomes of ancient lore. Most who take this path dabble in all sorts of lore, picking up anything that might aid them in their search for perfection. That is pretty cool. I think that's really freaking neat. Unlike typical magi, Eldritch Scions do not study tomes of magic or spend time learning to combine martial and magical skills. Rather, Eldritch Scions find their spells and abilities come from themselves instinctively. So basically, they're like the sorcerer version of that. Hello, Pingu. So, there's a really bad, like really bad, Pathfinder MMORPG out there, and it's real bad, so don't play that. This, though, is like a traditional CRPG. So it's like Pillars of Eternity or Tyranny, Baldur's Gate, that kind of stuff. And I played it at PAX last year. I liked it quite a bit, the little bit I played of it. And I've been meaning to play it, but also, like, I'm cheap. So the game was on sale today for half off, and I was talking to my friend after work today, and it's like, man, like, I want to play more Borderlands tonight probably, and stuff like that. And he's like, man, like, Borderlands is so boring, like, you should play a role-playing game tonight. And I was like, well, this one's on sale. He's like, you should buy it and play it. I'm like, alright, cool. BTW, that friend hasn't shown up yet, so if he gets here later, Pengu, I'm going to need you to tease him relentlessly, so. Yes, Pengu. I consider myself to be cheap. I really don't know what I play, though. As my, like, main character. I did not realize there were so many classes in, and then there's, like, subclasses, too. So you can be, like, a wizard, but then you can be, like, a specialist wizard, and then, like, there's the prestige classes. Which, honestly, like, the prestige classes, there's only a handful in here, which I was a little disappointed by. I thought there should be more. Yeah, I'm really cheap. Don't you know? I hate paying $60 for a video game. I guess I'll put it that way, right? Does that make more sense? It's like Bard is, like, so good. But also, like, being a wizard is always a fun time. Just be a wizard. You're a wizard, Sargato. So then it's deciding between conjuration or evocation. Chicken familiar? That's very useless for a mage, though. That's terrible, too. Like, is it all just perception checks? There's one that gave AC. Duck. Okay, this one gives will at least. Maybe that's what we'll do. Will saves. What stream are you going to drop 10 subs on? switched up my thing. Okay, there we are. I did finally do some of this stuff, by the way, so, like, oh, yeah, no, that's true. I do that. And I got 25 points. It's intelligence for wizards, right? I don't know why MooBot's ignoring you. But I finally set that up. Well, that's going to be my point. I don't think so. I'm going to check, though. Excuse me. Holy heck. Do. Checking over here. Gonna see what I set up. Do. I mean, I certainly never restricted like MooBot tiers or anything. Yeah, okay. So, what commands can a normal person use? Oh no, it's Maladu. Everybody hide. Hey Malu. I like did some stuff today for like once. I'm also currently looking at my MooBot. That's why there's like no sound, and all you're hearing is the gentle hum of my voice. Hum. Hey Pingu, can you do like an uptime command quick? Oh gosh, okay. Take all the money. I'm sorry. Jeez. Didn't know we were getting all serious right away today. Nothing, huh? Okay. Do. Yeah, I turn that on. Yep. Turn that on. Yep. Settings. Yeah, no, you should have been able to do the shutout. I have it enabled for normal users. So I don't know why he's not responding to you. That is weird to me. Yeah, Gam's gun is a good gun. I agree. I agree. Alright, back to my game. I changed some pictures down below finally to be like better because the ones I had were not great, and the one is still really jacked up. But I was like trying to get it set like just as I was trying to start the stream, so I'll go back and fix that later. It's not me. I mean, you know I'm in there, so. Well, the fry gun's good too. Cool. I can put myself at -2 for stuff. That's amazing. We're going to be the weakest wizard in the land. I probably want some strength so I can actually carry stuff. Probably some constitution so I have some hit points. The shout-out should have worked too. You can try seppuku as well. That should work as well. So I turned the seppuku game on because I'm weird like that, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I've been told. Okay, so apparently that command works too. Wow, it has a 30-second timeout by default? That seems really long. Can I change that? Yeah, let's make that 10 seconds, please. Thank you. Alright. Okay, hopefully that'll help. Because 30 seconds seems long. Poor Pengu. All he was trying to do is show his loyalty to his emperor. Welcome back! Oh my god, and there's so many feats too. Jesus. Jesus. Why are these thumbs down? We don't recommend you take this. But this one lets me cast spells while wearing armor. That sounds amazing. Nope, not recommended. I don't think I want any meta magics yet. Oh, this is a wizard one though, so I have to take a wizard one now. Alright, so then... spell penetration, probably. Let's get rid of necromancy. And... transmutation. Next. Oh my god, and all the spells I gotta pick each time. Fine, I'll take all your recommended spells. And then these are evocation spells, so those are good for what I got going on here. And magic missile, of course. Gotta have that magic missile. Alright, next. Fart Buddy? Let me check if it works. I couldn't actually get to work either, right? And I thought, to check, well, it would help if I typed your name right. Let me copy. You're using it, because I think you spelled it right. I did not spell it right. There you go. So let me just double check that command and make sure it's... I thought I did check it already before. Shout out. Yep, here we go. Settings. Yep, normal users have permission to do it. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So how do I... Alright, hold on. Okay, try again. When you get a second, Pengu. I think I fixed it now. Owl cross of the laboratory retreat. That's amazing. I would see that.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Ooh, nice. My keyboard is quite loud. Cool. Alright, yeah, so it looked like... basically... Wait, you're playing Zero Escape? Did I miss that yesterday? Or 2 days ago? Did I make it? I don't remember.
All eyes forwards! No, backwards. Backwards!
Day 2 of January, my actual birthday. Choose an alignment. Oh, I love the alignment wheel. This is so cool. It's good. It's a good wheel. I gotta name Name this old man.
So many thoughts, so little time.
Alright, we made a character. So let's see how this goes. One of my friends played this and said he thought it was pretty good, but it wasn't quite as good as like some of the other like staples in this genre. Like Neverwinter Nights is better and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. But I've been like having lots of urges to play like Knights of the Republic and stuff lately, so hopefully this kind of satiates that and doesn't make me have to go play that game, because I will.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
I'm a wizard. Malu. I'm a wizard, Malu.
Where are they? This is taking forever. They didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Brevoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
I'm so glad that exposition has explained so many key plot points in one sentence.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming!
Chandelier doesn't have a rope.
Everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Yep. Bunch of level 1 heroes. Yep. Strongest in the land, the best of the best. Also, I like how Yosef doesn't even get a portrait. So you know he's going to be a key character moving forward.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the stolen lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Rostov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
We're going to found a land, folks. Pengu, I'm sorry that you punched yourself. Hi, Mistress Vader. Thanks for hopping in. And yeah, Malu, I would agree. Definitely worth it. You ever see, I don't know if you follow Kotaku at all, but like Mike Fahey had a spider on his roof. In fact, I'll just find the freaking article really quick. And he ended up spraying it with spray adhesive and then crushed it with a Xbox One game. And to this day, he still has the cartridge glued to his ceiling. I tweeted him, I don't know, a couple months ago asking for a picture if it was still there, and he sent me one on Twitter. So
Unfortunately,
it's like,
one
no,
serious
thanks,
obstacle
buddy.
stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway
It's
in
pretty
the
funny.
Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord,
It's like, I assume that the
considers
spider is
himself
dead
the
under there
rightful
somewhere,
owner
but
of
I'm
these
not brave
lands,
enough to check.
and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any
Alright, so
questions?
how are we playing this one today? Are we a dick? There's a whole team of us. Who exactly becomes the Baron? I like that one.
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help.
Dick. Dick. Always a dick.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
If I may please answer the question.
She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down, as everyone directs their attention towards her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
Lady, you've already found your ruler, and it's me.
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Alright, that was a good line. I'm very satisfied with that one. That
Of
was
course,
good.
there will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Rostov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Banquet time.
Now you're talking.
Excellent.
All right,
You venture
progress.
forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you
I
again.
didn't agree yet.
With all my heart for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Reskov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious.
This guy really likes to
So
talk.
venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
Hi, my name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson? Nothing weird.
What do you
don't
want
worry.
from me?
I just wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. It doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about.
She's blushing. She's also, what, a halfling? Yeah. This is nonsense.
Nonsense. Let me explain. You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
Bard is the best class. I mean,
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or, God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
got it, Bengu. For a moment there, I was like, what? But then I got it.
Well, alright. But I hope you change your mind. Alright. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning. Alright. So, who has names? Can I actually not talk to anybody? Really? There's my familiar. Oh, that's gonna be obnoxious. That's fine. Because I'm on the I have the multi-screen stuff going on, but hold on. Can you be? There we go. Maybe? No, that's even worse. Never mind. This expedition is surely doomed. So it told me to talk to people, but no one actually wants to talk to me.
So many thoughts, so little time.
Alright, where am I going? Where am I sleeping? Can I spin the camera around or anything? Amiri! Hello! Hunting hole for life. When I play Monster Hunter, I usually use the longsword because I'm lame and enjoy what I'm used to using. So. Oh.
Help! Help!
Get out of my room.
You can't stay here. The mansion's under attack. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
As if to lead credence to Lindsay's words, a scream echoes from the hallway. You're not going anywhere.
I'll carve my name
Pause.
into your flesh.
Alright, what do I got for spells? Prepared. Acid splash, I guess. Magic missile. Right. You can interact with various objects such as bodies of opponents, blah blah blah. Yep. I'll take that all, why not? Is that literally as far left as I can go? It's the edge of the map. Apparently it is, okay. It's really awkward though. It feels like chunky and stuff. Can I hide this? No. Okay. That's my show everything button.
Time becomes
I can
distance.
interact with. No, no, nothing. Okay. Hello, centipede. Okay. Ooh, some bloodstone. Is there a... Okay, it's tab. Tab is they see everything I can interact with button, apparently. What happened to this guy? Hey, how's it going, buddy? How do I rest? You cannot rest here. Okay. That's good, I guess. Also means that I need to be handy with my spells, apparently. Which is fine. Ooh, an old map. Nice. Oh god, that's right. Okay. We're going right, I'm gonna have to use the WASD keys. WASD keys.
Let's shred them. Die, die, die.
Okay. Seem to do a decent amount of damage, which is good.
Let the attack.
That's a crossbow apparently, so why not?
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
Not a fan of this guy.
Lady Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Can I just kill this guy now? Be done with it. I have a party now. Huzzah. I didn't mean to actually progress yet. You have an inventory. What's the other ring he gave me? Got some torches, got some daggers. The present. Why not? I see no harm in giving my finger to a weird ring.
There, I wonder. I see blood. Blood! Leave this one to me.
I am not a good person to have in the front, guys.
Serves you right.
Why wouldn't they give you like a barbarian or something to begin with, right? The bard and the frickin' wizard, or is he a sorcerer? What class are you? He's also chaotic evil. He's a sorcerer. Alright. He's not a wizard. Sorcerer.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Oh, I had some scrolls too. Okay. Heck, even a cleric would have been more helpful at this point. At least these guys had a lot of healing potions on them. That door's got blood on it. Oh no. The half-orc. Such a shame. Can I rest yet? No. Going exploring. There we go. That's the one I want on my party.
It's the end for you rats!
What can I say? I have a thing for strong women.
They dare to attack me?
Nice. She didn't even need our help. The barbarian's face is...
Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
The barbarian's face is distorted with rage. She grinds her teeth and sweat drips from her forehead. Noticing Tarchuno, she swings her sword but stops it just in time.
Blood for Gorum!
Mary takes a deep breath and barks out. The thing she said. Swinging her bloody sword, she runs towards the sound of the battle.
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
Oh, alright, I'm back. There they are, the assassins. I gotta close the door to start this cutscene. This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I'm afraid I can't offer you the same courtesy. Hey, you ugly mug. Get him. What in hell's name is that? Oh, hey, lass. How's it going? Thank you very much for stopping in. I really appreciate the sub last night. Thanks again. Whoa. Thank you for the 69 bits. I don't have custom alerts set up for the various bit levels yet. I'm also sort of disappointed. I thought I had fixed one thing to be different, though, for that. Maybe I didn't set it up right. The passage is blocked. You cannot make your way through here. Okay, where are we going? Down here? That door can also open. We cannot go out that way either. Okay. I guess we're going up to this door. Thank you very much. Appreciate the 69 bits again. Thank you. Sometimes interacting with an object requires a skill check. A successful skill may be needed for a variety of tasks: unlocking a door, opening a chest, disabling a trap, moving a heavy object. Oh, that's long.
Anything else?
We succeeded in the dexterity check.
Any last wishes?
Oh, I'm enjoying it so far, thank you.
You're stunned already.
Hi, Landon Stupid. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'm just playing on normal right now. I just bought this game tonight. Trying it out for the first time, you know.
Applause, please.
Probably die to everything. Heck yes. Breastplate. Oh, a key. So good.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
Dr. Joe looks at the chest on the table and rubs his hands together.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
I'm gonna do this one.
Finally, a voice of reason.
Do what you want. I don't care. It was just a suggestion. But there's a lot of money in that chest, and with all these bandits running around...
No, I'm not stealing that gold. We can look at the gold, though. It is pretty nice gold. Everybody is overloaded.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your
Jehu.
life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
Chartreuse eyes Jathal suspiciously.
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
What?
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Alright, she joined my party, but I have more questions than answers currently. And that was able to balance out my party, so I'm not over encumbered anymore. Yay! I don't know if that's what I wanted to use. I probably wanted to save that one for later. Oh, well. You completely trust her. Here, let's take a look at her alignment really quick here. I mean, she's neutral evil, right? So, I mean, there's that at least. I do like how the game seems to be pretty good about highlighting stuff you're close to, like by default, that you don't have to hold the tab button all the time. That's nifty. Alright, you're a bard, so can you disarm the trap? Maybe. I mean, that's not like your special tree.
Applause, please.
Yep, alright.
I see something.
Cool. Go disable that one too then, please. Thank you.
Anything else?
Pengu, do you like a girl with scythes? Is that why you completely trust her?
Applause, please.
Ooh, scrolls. It's defo bonus. What are you dallying for? I'm telling you, Jamad's cash has to be in here somewhere. Well, hurry up. Stop. Someone's coming.
You cannot stand against me.
Let her go first. She has a melee weapon. I just realized she was complaining about the traps, and then the traps all were in the hallway. I should have ran her through the traps to see if she really was invulnerable to them. That would have been an interesting thing to do, right? Find and open the cache. We opened the door. Yay. Oh, there's a secret in this room if I remember correctly. So, statues. The next room too. Yeah, okay. You know what? Their swords up. If I recall.
No, backwards, backwards! Step, step, step!
Alright, so I got them all, like, in sync now. So, shoot, I need this guy to be down, though, currently, with this guy being up.
What's in wait for me there?
So how do I do that? Like that. And like that. And then like that. Why I no play Divinity? That's a good question. That's a fairly good question. I think it's because I don't really care for the combat in Divinity. Although I haven't played the Divinity Sins 2. I only have the first original Sin 1. But like the action combat is good. Why are you not changing 2? Like how are you? Oh, there we go. That's how it's yucking it up, isn't it? Is it in a humble bundle right now?
Time becomes distance.
Alright, so I got all these guys doing it now. So now we go to the other room. Get them doing it too. If I remember correctly. That guy moved too. Jeez. So this guy moves the guy in the other room. Really? Okay, everybody's swords are up now except for this guy. No, that's not gonna work. Wait, this will... Thought I had it! Never mind, it seems to have ended. Well, thanks, Pengu, for getting me all excited over nothing. No, I don't want you to be touched. I should be able to do it all with just one statue. Okay, they're both down, so if I go click this guy, except for this guy's gonna go down now too. Jesus. Well, I hope it's a positive life decision, Mistress Vader, but I'll look forward to hearing it later, hopefully. And have yourself a good heckin' stream. Good horkin' stream. Dang it. What's funny is, like, I did this puzzle when I played this game of PAX, and I figured it out, like, no problem, and I'm struggling real hard right now. Oh, Pillars of Eternity is very good. I love that game. It is amazing. Like, that game, I cannot sing its praises enough. They definitely get like that dark, mysterious vibe and stuff down and everything, so quite well on that. Yeah, like when I was under a time crunch, Pengu, and I had like 15 minutes to play the game or whatever, right? I got the puzzle like the first try. And now I'm like, do I click face or click ground? I think that's right. I think that's what I want. So now I can go over here and I can click each of these guys once. And that'll fix it. Nope. No, it won't. Shh. If I click that one, he's gonna put his down. Clicking on him. Can't do that. They only switch each other. So I need the other guy's sword down first. No. those guys are gonna flip though when I do this now. Gosh, darn it! Dear chat, come watch Sargato try a puzzle for way too long. Oh my gosh, it's a chemist. Yep, this is the stream now. You should have watched me earlier when I was trying to download the game while streaming. Oh my god, I was having so much troubles. So many troubles. I think I might have finally got it. Didn't open. Why didn't the painting open? There was a little, like, drum beat. I'm so confused. Pango, what are you talking about? What other room? The one over here? Okay, let's go take a look. Yeah, I don't see any doors in this room either. I don't know what you're talking about, Pango. Just these corpses. Did I not loot these corpses? So there's this painting here that should have opened. Didn't open. So what was the point of doing all this? Don't me sass you. Was it that obvious that I knew the whole time what you're talking about and I was just messing with you? I like how, like, there's a moral dilemma about taking the gold on the table, but, like, this room, they're just like, yeah, take it all. Like, heck yeah. Secret room, nobody knows about that. I did do this before. I think it. Hey, look at this unicorn guy.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
He's a good-looking unicorn.
Everything is so much fun with a little fire.
The tiefling girl you saw at the reception before the attack stops nearby and waves her tail in excitement.
It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
You sound like a Kelshite, am I right?
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends. I am Kayesi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive. I don't know where you're headed, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
She, like, just asked me out on a date. Now she's, like, pretending like she didn't. Jeez.
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
A dwarf is lying on the ground staring into the dark sky. He doesn't seem to have any severe wounds, but his trembling whisper is weak, as though he were at death's door. Pour one of the dwarf's healing potions into his mouth. I'm gonna intimidate him since we agreed on being a dick earlier, right?
How rude. Speaking to a dying man that way. Look, I can't even move.
The dwarf moves his hand and looks baffled.
It can't be. But I'm gravely wounded. I can't even stand on my own 2 feet. Watch. It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Aaron is at your service.
I literally yelled at him and he's back on his feet. What is he, a cleric? Well, everybody is like chaotic or evil. That's surprising. I wonder if that's because I picked like chaotic, neutral, or whatever. Clerics and druids can convert their spells spontaneously. They don't need to pick their stuff in advance like a wizard does. Who picks wizard when you can play a sorcerer and have all the freedom of casting spells at all times? Man, I don't know which way I need to go next. Alright, let's see. Check these guys. More healing potions. Okay, so those doors are open. Let's go see what's over here.
Step, step, step.
Nope, 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 nope. That looks important. Let's go this way first.
There's something out there.
This heavy grate is securely locked. But there's a golden ring in this box. I think from the GUI, I'm gonna get one more character, and that'll be the extent of my like active party.
You run and get an axe. You bring more water. You stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere.
This guy has a portrait, so you know he's important. The stout man's unshaven face is covered with scars. There's blood on his armor, but he doesn't seem to notice his wounds as he confidently gives orders to the guards. Apologies for the weird alliteration there.
Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Do you need help putting out this fire? No, that's not what a rude one would say. What's going on here?
Someone opened the gate, let in a group of assassins in the middle of the night. Now they've set the mansion on fire to cut off access to the hall. They don't want Lady Jamandi to get reinforcements. We cleared the passage so you can get through. Just try to avoid inhaling the smoke. We'll be right behind you. We just need to put out the fire first to save the mansion.
Considering Lady Jamandi's fate, I'm not surprised that a whole pack of assassins were unleashed on her, including a giant. But what's at stake? What could anyone hope to gain? Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
May Abadar keep you safe.
Tyranny is one of my favorite games, Girk 42. So yeah, I've gone completely evil. Alright. Drench yourselves in a bucket of water. Cover your noses and mouths. Let's do the bucket of water thing. And then, that one. After entering the building and taking a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted crashes down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we're left with only one way to go. Alright, let's do diplomacy. Maybe? The hot air burned in our lungs, and our eyes watered from the smoke. But Sargata led us stubbornly through the flames, while Chachucho did nothing useful at all. Had made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I had been stunned by her beauty. But now, amid the smoke and flame, she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. There are 2 more, she shouted as she passed us by. They are wounded. Help me pull them out. Tarkuko mumbled something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Sargato... I'm gonna rush to save the guards in the fire. Saving the poor fellows was harder than it had seemed. We inhaled a lot of smoke and burned ourselves more than once before managing to pull them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. Thank you, that was truly noble of you, she said. And now let us rush to Lady Adori's aid. Ensuring the guards we'd rescued were relatively safe, we made our way to the hall, where the battle was already in full swing. I made it through the burning area! And saved some guards. And gained a Valerie. Progress. Use the inspect button to view detailed information about the enemies you are facing. More information can be gleaned with successful knowledge and lore checks, depending on the type of enemy. What'd I miss? Who's the guy on the door on his back? That's a chick? Pengu? Thank you. Her name is Valerie. Don't remember how to do this fight. I guess we kill all these guys. Do I have any spells left? Corrosive Touch, Acid Splash, Ray of Frost might be good. Ray of Frost is a... I mean, this is her portrait. Let's have you guys go after those guys. Why not?
Unworthy.
What do you got for spells here, Mr. Bra? And do you have a song you can sing us? Hey guys, can I get some F's in chat? Because I just got my butt kicked real bad. Thanks. Thanks, Maggie. I can always count on you.
Leave this one to me.
Alright. Do we do it? We didn't get to fight the big thing, though? That's not fun. Come on. Let's use a couple of those. Alright.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
But I need to go back to sleep.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
I'm gonna use the skill check I already passed.
Yes. But this evidence is circumstantial at best. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
Cool.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
She's embarrassed. Duh.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook on the other hand. He's got the eyes of a spy. And the mug of a spy.
Lady Eldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
I mean, I did do that.
And not just that. Upon finding the guard's salaries in the armory, he immediately pocketed it all.
I did not pocket the armory money.
Considering the circumstances, that was more than reasonable.
Whoop! We talked her way out of it.
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril, until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
Also, I didn't even take the money. I just looked at it.
Well, of course, theft is not to be condoned. However, when the fire burns around you, and you are but one step away from death, is it not insane to worry about laws and rules?
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here?
I like this, though. I like this a lot.
He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. He was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
I don't like that this is between neutral evil and neutral good. I do like this neutral evil response better, I think.
Cruel, but true.
It was perfectly reasonable. Just the way a leader should think.
How could you say such a monstrous thing?
Oh my god.
Is that the way the hero of my book would talk? You sound more like a villain.
I am a villain.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Eldori, most of those who are to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join his team. He seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tortuccio.
I like how our leader does things. Efficient, and without unnecessary spiritual agonizing. I'll go with him.
Efficient? I'd say heartless. Would the protagonist of my book do such a thing? No. I guess I'd better go with Tartuccio.
Goodbye, Lindsay.
As for me, I know neither of these two. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the Stolen Lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navacta's Crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Leviton's trading post.
That excited about the barbarian coming with me, huh, Pengu? That's amazing.
Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be
Hey,
provided
baby.
with all the necessary travel supplies.
Want to become a baroness with me?
I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution. While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The Royal House of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless.
Okay.
And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Okay. We'll try. Jathal. Jathal is an elf from Kirion, one who's not quite alive. The elves exiled her from her kingdom for terrible deeds, her search for a new home, and a new patron has brought her our leader's banner. She pays little heed to the companions.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, Stolen Lands. Heroes are on the way.
This is a map of the Stolen Lands and their vicinity. You set out, click on one of the arrows near your party token. You can learn the whereabouts of significant locations by talking to characters or happening upon them during your journey. After learning about a location, you must find a way there yourself. Along the way, random encounters await. You may be attacked by monsters, or you may meet new acquaintances. After exiting the location of a random encounter, you will not be able to return there. Who's Keston? That's my token. That's the city. So what are we trying to do here? Trying to find the... Well, I mean, that's fine. If there's a Keston, I will try to recruit him. So many possibilities of where to go first. Oh, there we go. There's someone on the road. Get ready.
Let's shred them.
So I can like change my like party order. So like the melee people are in the front. That'd be good.
Do not falter, wretched thing.
Tear them apart.
Alright.
May I see your entrails, please?
Onward!
Yeah, we got the 3 characters. She like by happenstance. I'm pretty happy with this party for the most part. The only thing that I would have probably done differently, if I could pick any of them, would have been to take the Bard instead of one of them, I think. Because the Bard could cast low-level healing spells. And
Step, step, step.
the inspiration abilities and stuff like that would probably be useful. Wait. Yeah, I'm really digging this game so far. She pays little heed to her companions, and when she does, she behaves as if she's ready to bite their heads off. She gives me the creeps. Let's hope our enemies are just as right.
My life is a burden.
Sure, send to that location. I think it's 6, yeah. I did not get to the characters. The tiefling decided not to join anybody's party.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Yeah, I had a full party at the boss fight against the giant, but I have since lost it.
What's in wait for me there?
Save yourselves, fools! My characters are tired too, which is not great. Bandit, in the name of the Stag Lord, the lawful authority in the Stolen Lands, we demand this week's tax. And some beer. I'm a gurkly. Come later. What? What's a gurkly? Oh, I see. You're saying you got here late. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And where's that pretty wife of yours, Oleg? She should serve us dinner. Quiet down, you dimwit. Oleg, we're just here for the Stag Lord's tax. Hand over the money, and we'll be on our way. You want to drink some of our blood, too? I'm sick of you. You're like locusts. You think you control everything around here just because you put up that painted rag of yours? You come here, squeeze us dry, and come up. Oleg's a large man with a rough face. Stops talking when he notices you. Ah, you must be the guest from Rostov. And then I got some options. So I got what's going on here? Neutral good. I'm not interested in the bloodshed, but I won't let you rob this man. Be on your way and I'll let you go in peace. No. Requires evil. Lawful neutral attack. My task is to clear this land of bandits. I'll start right now. I think that's what we're going to do. The girl is evil, but my character is not, so I don't have that option. I'm only neutral. Retreat! We've come with you for a fight. Let's call for help from the camp. No way. It just means we can rob a few idiots instead of just one. To arms everyone.
You cannot stand against me.
So my guys are tired. It's probably not going to make this super easy. But
Despicable.
spread them out. Oh, I still haven't technically rested yet, so I don't have any of my spells back yet either. Which is unfortunate.
Burn, slice, behead.
Oh my god, she's so good. Like, every person she, like, attacks, she, like, kills in one hit. It's ridiculous.
I'm hungry. When we
Hey, we leveled up. Nice.
Forwards? No, backwards. Backwards!
Right? Like, she just totally destroyed that first guy she hit. Short swords. Oh, looks like they have beer. Take that, you scoundrels. Oleg shakes his fist. But now, he scratches his head and stares at the ground gloomily. The girl got away, a plague on her. She's certain to complain to the Stag Lord. They came before to collect taxes, but this time they'll come to punish treason. Now what are we to do? He sighs heavily. If only I could send Stavalna somewhere safe and show those rats what's what. He notices a fair-haired woman approach. Dove, why are you here? I told you to stay hidden. It's over. I saw it. Wait. Is this the chick now? I guess it's the chick now. Sorry. It's up. just 1 second. Just need a moment, Pengu. Just. It's all over. I saw it. I just need to be sure you are all right. The woman looks at her husband tenderly. If with a hint of sorrow, Oleg mumbles something that he looks embarrassed. My name is Stevania. I'm sorry your arrival to our trading post turned out to be so unwelcoming. It's a great time to join. Good evening, Grizzler. Alright, so I can wait for the attack. I'm not prepared, though. I need to see your goods first. Let's do that first. Don't know what your trading will serve if those bloodsuckers come back and take everything. But alright, have a look. Get to the trading post. Okay, now I gotta protect the trading post. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. A lot of masterwork stuff, too. Seasoned wings and thighs. Instructions on a comprehensive dish. I got tons of stuff I gotta sell, too. Camping supplies and rations. That's a good question, Kirk. Let me try here in a second. Bagel holding. Alright, so I don't think... Well, hold on a second. I should probably do that first. So first off, I haven't actually saved yet. Like a real save, so let's do a real save. Alright. So is there a way I can... Doesn't seem to be a way I can select like a weapon or an aggressive action towards an NPC. So I'm going to say no. Yeah. Doesn't look like I can just kill them. Well, let me see if I can cast a spell. Hold on.
Shall we move? We shall move.
Okay, so I can cast like aggressive spells against him, but it just doesn't seem to do anything. That's actually pretty lame. Yeah, I would agree. Okay, hold on before I do this. 1 out of 10, no killing everybody. I agree. That is disappointing. Alright, so now... Can I organize this?
No.
Alright, she's wearing chainmail. That's worse. I'm guessing her scythe isn't going to be... That's a masterwork scythe. Did I get any belts or anything? Why are you trying to tell me to rest? What? Are my characters? I mean, all my characters are tired. That is true. But I'm just trying to see if they have any upgrades for anybody quick before I... Banded armor. I had a plate mail here, didn't I? Hi. How are you doing, cat? How you doing, Cookie? How you doing? Yeah, it's breastplate. Not better. Alright. Now what are you wearing? Hide armor. You can't wear anything probably better than that, though. Yeah. Yeah, it's a kitty. It's my Cookie. She's a good kitty. If a little bit whiny sometimes and stuff, but so all these daggers can go. The longbow, the short bow can probably go. Composite longbow should stay. The ring can go. Does he have a maximum amount of money he can give me as well? Doesn't look like it. That's kind of frustrating. Whoops. Probably want to keep the potions. And the raised dead scroll says I accidentally kill characters off. Oh wait, those are masterwork longsword. We're keeping that. I missed that at first, Pengu. Nice. Jeez. Nice. Carved beads. So it's got like all this stuff that's like clearly like junk stuff that you're just supposed to like collect to sell, but like it also doesn't have like a way to like flag all of that automatically, which isn't like the biggest of, oh, it's a masterwork too. Come back here. But at the same time, like, it would be nice if they had a more convenient way to get all the... This was literally collected so that you could sell it, stuff into one. Like, all this is just like... This is all here to sell to merchant guy. Click an offer. Why am I clicking an offer? Oh. 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 Thanks for the help. You are a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you for the pro tip. No, I'm not selling my masterwork items. Never. They're trash too. What? But they're masterwork. Yeah, but what am I even do with the money? Like, money is pointless, right? Who needs money? Who even needs money? Pengu, are you paying attention? Yeah, I don't care about that right now. Pengu. I mean, that's usually the way it works, right? Oops. Let's do it this way. I'm just making sure you're paying attention before I do this thing, that's all. You're welcome. It is going to go off 5 times, though, because I didn't, like, change it for bombs, unfortunately. Unusable item. It's me, minus a beard. I told you I changed a couple things, you know? Light mace +1. Just digging through my pictures and I found the goofiest one I could find of myself apparently, and I was like, that seems like a good one for subs. Okay, I see. So it's, yeah, the masterwork just adds. See, Pengu? I changed some things. Yeah. That isn't even the best one, Pengu. That is not even the best one. Yeah, the best one is yet to come. Okay. I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I just was... A bard would be useful-ish right now. That's my point. I'm not going to have enough for that. Is there anything else here that's useful? I mean, like, these seem like they're good. Can I take them all? Okay, we're going. See you later, kitty. Thanks for stopping by. Alright. Got some camping supplies. Now, can I rest here? Guys? You cannot rest here. You must gather your party before venturing forth. Oh, I gotta level everybody up too. Suppose I should do that. Alright, fighter. Should we multi-class here with a monk? Get something from Cousins. No. So basically you get the little like badge saying, hey, you supported the stream. And then you can use my emote specifically. I only have one right now, but I'm working to get my second one set up now. Which is that heckin' good boy there. Which I refer to as the O for the Sargat. Oh! Alright. So then next. And she gets 3 skill points. Is that it? That's all I can do. There. Oh, you're welcome. Okay. She gets a feat too. Okay. So she's currently... This is the fighter. So she's got the shield. I think that'll work for now. Alright, next. Barbarian. Alright. Next. You're going to get perception and lore and mobility and athletics. And you get a new rage power. Lethal stance. Barbarian can focus her strike. She gains a +1 competence bonus in melee attack rolls and thrown weapon attack rolls. The bonus increased by 1 for every 4 levels the Barbarian has. This is a stance of rage power. Barbarian can't have more than 1 stance rage power active at a time. If she activated a stance rage power while another one is active, the current stance immediately ends. She doesn't have another. Oh, she does. No, that's the one I'm picking now. Never mind. So this will be like her 1 stance. Is Reckless better? This Barbarian can attack with abandon at the expense of her defense. She gains a +1 bonus on attack rolls, but takes a -1 penalty to AC. This bonus and penalty increases by 1 at 4th level, or 4 levels after the stance. Level up apps, please. Barbarian can focus her strikes. She gains a +1 competence bonus on my turn. Yeah, I think the Reckless stance is probably better.
I'm hungry.
Alright. She's an Inquisitor. Interesting. So she actually does get healing spells. She's like a druid or a cleric, essentially. Okay. That's good. That's good. Das gut. Das very gut. In fact. That's what's true. I mean... Well, yeah, she's like undead, right? So healing her is just going to cause her to... but she can cast healing spells on my friends, right? So does she have to use like Power Word Pain or whatever to heal them instead? I didn't ring. Oh, Myths, did you get one of the gift subs? Hi, Myths and Legends. How's it going? I mean, Pengu, if I was actually playing D&D and DMing for you, I would definitely let you roll to see that. I don't think I have any dice handy, though. Otherwise, I would actually like roll a d20 for you just to see. A lot of hilarious. You can heal her with inflict wounds. See, that's really neat. I like that a lot. We're in a different world. Why am I working out? Because Girk said, I don't know, hard to do exercise while streaming, I think. And so, here I am proving that you can do hammer curls all day long. All day long. All day long. I do have to say, out of all the characters that we found so far, like, the Barbarian's probably the best. So. It's funny, Myths. Pinky requested that you level up your abs. You requested that I level up the abs for the Barbarian. Because he's got a thing for her. Which I can't really blame him. Alright, I get spells. Bless. Heck yeah. How many spells do I get? Just one? I get one. Okay. Yeah, so inflict light wounds and then bless. This bless is amazing. Okay. Oh, no worries. There's no judgments. No judgments at all. Alright, and then leveling up the most important character of them all. Me. Yeah, let's just keep the skill points flowing. More sit-ups. I mean, sit-ups would be hard to do on stream. I can, like, do, like, the... What's your charisma modifier, Pingu? Myths and Legends. So, that's a really good question. So, the Pathfinder... I don't have a roll command. I should set up a roll command. That's a good point. Actually, you know what? I actually lied to you. Pathfinder has a board to move on. I mean, that can be true, but that's not like the biggest distinction between the two, really. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Heck it. Miss, give me like 2 seconds. That's not the one I wanted. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. I grabbed some props, because I figure that's the best way to do this. So, not much of a difference. I've only played... That's not exactly true either, Pengu, but we'll get to that in a second. So, really quick here. So when people talk about Dungeons & Dragons, there's actually 5 different versions of the game. So it's first edition. Actually, hold on. Let me do it like this. Sorry. We'll do just me. Hi, everybody. Just me. So Dungeons & Dragons there's 5 editions to the game. So the first edition was, by my standards and the fact that I'm only like 30 years old, 33, is that the edition has it where there's not really a class, there's not a race system to the game. Basically, your class dictates what your race is, basically, right? Well, I'll get there, Myths. Just hold on. Like, I gotta build now. You've asked me this question. Unfortunately, now you're gonna get like 10 minutes of nerd time. So like elf in that edition is essentially a wizard and a rogue kind of mixed together. So when most people talk about actual Dungeons and Dragons, they usually, if they're referring to the older versions, are talking about second edition or what was called Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, and that's like the one that the Baldur's Gate games are based off of. So that's THAC0, which is like a negative armor score, and some other really complicated stuff. And there's a huge subset of people that believe like that is like the perfect game in second edition. I started playing in high school, and I started playing with third edition, which came with a player's handbook that looked like this. Womp. Alright, so this edition was when Wizards of the Coast, which I think you can even see how they're still like on the back here, Wizards of the Coast, purchased the game from, well, bought out. You should include something about my expertise in D&D. When they bought the game, they wanted to launch their own version of it and stuff like that. So this is the version that I basically started playing with. This is actually the 3.5 rule set, which made a couple of adjustments and stuff like that, but major is pretty much the same as like the third edition. And this had prestige classes and a bunch of other really kind of neat stuff in it. Well, then Dungeons & Dragons decided that they were done with third edition. They wanted to make something new, so they were coming out with fourth edition. The problem is there was a large subset of people that really liked these rules and liked all the materials and stuff they had. The amount of books they made for third edition was ridiculous. I remember going to my local gaming stores and having 2 walls of nothing but 3.5 and 3.0 rule sets. And the people that really liked these rules were very vocal that they wanted to stick with this stuff. And so another company called Paizo stepped in and they released Pathfinder. So Pathfinder is actually pretty much the same as these rules, but this fixed a lot of really good stuff. So they fixed a bunch of the balance issues, did a bunch of other cool stuff. And what's really neat is they're a lot generally cheaper than Dungeons & Dragons. This book here, which retailed for $50, has all of the Dungeon Master information in it, all the player information in it, and all the initial monsters. You can get additional monsters in some other areas, but like this book right here has everything you need to play like a game right off the beginning, right? Well, 4th edition flopped. I don't have any 4th edition materials because I played it only a couple times online and it wasn't so great. And Wizards basically came back and said, what they basically did is 4th edition for Dungeons & Dragons was very much like a video game. They had tanking classes, they had this constant like DPS thing. They added these things called minions where you'd have these enemies that would do normal damage to you but would die in like a single hit and stuff like that. And so most of the things they did were very much gamified. And what's really interesting is there's only one game I know of that uses basically a modified version of those 4th edition rules, and that happens to be that Neverwinter like MMO thing that kind of runs these days. It's very much like Diablo or those kind of games. It was much more about the fights and stuff like that than the role playing, and the fans did not like it. So 4th edition, I believe, was basically considered not to be a success at all. And so then they relaunched it with Dungeons & Dragons Next, or 5th edition, which is these bad boys here. And I gotta say, like, 5th edition is amazing because it fixes a lot of the more inconsistencies and stuff about 3rd edition, makes it much more playable, makes it so that the game is really about experiencing the world and expressing yourself and doing that kind of stuff rather than getting bogged down in like rule choices and things like that. And one of the big things that cripples Pathfinder or 3.5 is the prestige system, which I really enjoy, but basically from like level 1 you need to start thinking about like at level 7, I think it is, or so for most character classes, what you're going to prestige into. And if you goof it up at like level 6, and like, I don't know if you've ever played any of these tabletop games before, but like level 20 is like the max level, essentially, right? So you don't have a lot of levels to play with to get different skills and stats and stuff like that. And so Pathfinder is a much more refined version of like 3.5, and now there's 5th edition, which is probably like the most polished and user-friendly, I think, Dungeons and Dragons has basically ever been. And I love it. Like, the campaign I was running recently was a 5th edition, and it was very much a good time. So, Myths, that was your really quick explanation of the 5 editions of Dungeons and Dragons and how kind of Pathfinder slots into that. I should also mention that Pathfinder is coming up with a 2nd edition, and I know like nothing about Pathfinder 2nd edition. I hear that it does some things really well and does some things really poorly. Mostly that they don't. So like in like the 5th edition stuff, there's plenty of things that they just like kind of leave up to the DMs and say, hey, like if a scenario comes up that we don't have kind of a rule for, like you gotta come up with your own kind of rule for it or whatever kind of thing. And like I guess like mounted combat in Pathfinder 2 has like 10 like pages dedicated to just talking about mounted combat and how you handle mounted combat encounters. And so there's like literally a rule for like every event that can basically happen, which some people really like. I personally prefer a little more just kind of logical thinking and kind of coming up with rules on the fly and solving those issues as they kind of arise instead of needing to have something to kind of always rely on, which, you know, is one of those really interesting things. Yeah, I would say that's a pretty accurate statement, Pingu. And they've got a lot of additional materials and stuff you can get too, but to start off, it's definitely the easier and most like cost-effective way to kind of start playing those kind of games. But you can basically run any modules that were for 3.5 or 3 in Pathfinder, and then there's ways to take the rules from any edition and convert them into other rules so that you can play modern adventures in the old rule sets, or take old rule set modules and convert them to modern rule sets. And that's something that like Wizards of the Coast have been doing a lot lately, is some of their books will take 2 or 3 of those kind of smaller adventure modules from like the 80s and bringing them up to 5th edition rules instead of like 2nd edition rules, making some modern tweaks and stuff like that and things. It's very good. And I'm very excited for the next book that comes out, I think this week. I'm not 100% sure when its launch date is because I'm not buying it right away, but I will be picking it up. Well, Pengu, I suggest you like download Roll20 and find a group and start playing some D&D because it is a heckin' good time. Let's do color spray, I guess. I don't know. That seems fine. Okay, everybody's lulled up. We're still tired. Same. Well, I'm glad that my like 2-second pitch has convinced you that you need to play more Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, everybody should be playing Dungeons and Dragons, in my humble opinion. It's great to be able to kind of get that like expressiveness out and that imaginativeness. And if you have a good dungeon master, like somebody posted recently on my Facebook, there was a picture they were posting of a cat rolling a d20 and they got a natural 20, and the DM is like, I don't care if you rolled a natural 20. Hey, Ken, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I understand it can be very intimidating at first, and there's definitely like a comfort level too, because like depending on how you want to play things, or you know, like Girk earlier was saying that they really like playing evil characters, killing things, those sorts of things, right? And I totally respect that. Basically, yeah. I mean, if you want to get better at D&D, like getting good at improv is definitely like an important step. But the problem is if you don't have a DM who embraces the so one of the biggest rules in improv, right, is that you never say no. So like example, like if I say, you know, we're gonna have a hook, and whatever somebody says in chat next will be the hook that we're gonna use, I can't go like, no, Myths and Legends, D&D is not just fantasy improv with rules. Like that just ends the conversation and ends the joke basically, right? Jeez. So you need to take it, and if it doesn't work for what you're trying to do, you can spin it or have fun with it or all these other kind of cool things. There's one of the guys who goes to our local geek bar. I don't feel comfortable plugging him by name, but he has contributed to specific rule sets. He's written specific game systems that are published. He hosts like a D&D podcast these days, and then he also writes for some magazines and stuff. And he was telling the story about he was playing with some teenage players, and they came across this like goblin like raiding party, and they slaughtered like the other goblins and stuff. And in the process, one of the guys was like, "I like that. Let's do that." They were like, "Hey, we got to save that cool goblin from the rest of the goblins who are trying to kill him," and they took the time and they actually saved the goblin. And afterwards, the goblin's like, "Well, I need like a better name befitting of like talking to you humans or whatever like that." And like the one guy's like, "Well, why don't we call you Cool or whatever, right?" And they got this NPC goblin following them around for like a significant portion of their campaign. And like if you just don't say yes, if you just say no to them trying to save the goblin or whatever like that, which so many DMs will do, it just spoils it. You got to be open to that stuff and find ways to incorporate into the story that you're trying to tell. It's not your perfect world in Dungeons and Dragons that you're embracing other people into. It's a collaborative storytelling experience between everybody at the table. And really that's the number one rule. And there have been situations where, you know, I couldn't say no or yes in a specific way, and I tried to explain to the person why we couldn't say yes. Use traps to help catch the bandits. Yeah, why not? And they didn't like it, and they stopped showing up basically every week, which is unfortunate, but there's a limit to what you can do to still make it like a pleasing campaign for the rest of the people there, and kind of in the reality of the world that you're kind of creating. So tell me more about yourselves. Surely there are more important things to discuss. Well, all right, we're just honest people who came here from Rostov and fixed up an old fort and house travelers to give merchants a place to trade with the locals. We also deal with the occasional huntsman in the area. What does any of this matter? When those bandits come back, they'll either drain us dry or just kill us. Alright, let's get to the point. Who are they? They're the Stag Lord's gang, and that's who. These lands teem with bandits like bedbugs in a beggar's hut, and you just stirred them up. They have a camp not far from here. I expect they'll return in full force. In half a day, maybe less, the Stag Lord won't take an insult like this lightly, and his henchmen are more demons than men. Right, and if that's the person you're playing with, then you need to, set the expectation with that person that, that's not how you want to play. And if they're not receptive to it, then you need to find someone else to be the DM. So, right, exactly. Your friends being that's what can focus on making sick burns at your expense. That's true. That's true. So the specific situation that I was talking about, the character tried to bluff the High Lord of 2 major cities in our campaign, and he failed his check, and the punishment for his failure was pretty audacious, and basically he was trying to say that his character was so boastful and so full of himself that he would be able to convince anybody of his own ability to do things. But the problem is that his stats at that level and the person that he was trying to bluff didn't line up with this kind of story he was trying to tell. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, you portray yourself in the manner in which you view yourself, but he doesn't buy it, right? That's what happens here. And he's like, well, that can't be. I'm like, I'm sorry, this is what has happened, Don't worry though, we'll give you opportunities to shine later. And I feel like I did. I still, that character was still part of the party, even though he wasn't coming regularly, to ensure that, in case he came back, I wasn't going to, drop him out of there, so. Oh, I have options. I'll help you, but I'm not really interested in your post, but I never back down from a good fight. Because I gotta do those neutral answers. Wish I could rest before I have to fight. Oh well, here we go. Amiri flexes her shoulders. Finally, a fight. Was bored of all the talking. I see you're not easily cowed. I beg you, careful, and please don't let Oleg do anything too risky. So, Lana, go hide inside. I forgot to do my girl voice. I'm sorry. We're going to meet our guests. 6 hours have passed. Hopefully I rested during that 6 hours. Like, please? Please, game? Say I rested? It would appear that I did rest. Hooray! We rested! Well, that guy's a name. The other guys are just bandit. So, did I get that alchemist fire? I did. 12 of it. Holy cow. Hold on, can I... Okay. You can have some alchemist fire. And you can have some alchemist fire. And hey, everybody in the audience, if you're watching, you also can look under your chair and find that you have some alchemist fire under your chair as well. We're not responsible for any taxes that you have to pay on the alchemist fire below your seats. Milk Toast Mike. Oh, I love it. That's so good. One of the worst names I ever gave a character was, I had a character that I named Bruce, but he was a dwarf. And so in his, like, native, like, the other dwarves and stuff that would talk to him, would pronounce it like Bruce. So. Oh my god, that's so sick. I'm enjoying this game, if it wasn't clear at this point.
Advance.
And these bigger fights, I think, are really good too, because, like, sometimes these games can feel kind of small in scope. It's interesting, I can't throw the alchemist fire, like, between guys. It's interesting. It's just Greek fire. Oh no. Bangu, the barbarian's down, I'm sorry.
No, is all of this blood mine? Never thought I'd do that. I wonder what lies.
Oh my god. The last shot he got me. Ooh, a cloak. I do like that the items tell you where you got the items too. I think that's really cool. That's really kind of cool. Hey, Oleg. Excuse me. Oleg is breathing heavily, but he shakes his fist in the air menacingly. You rats got what you deserved. Now they'll know better than to treat honest people like cattle. We should call Boken and out before he freezes in those bushes. Now, my lord, head up on the guest room on the second floor. You deserve some rest after such a battle. I need to clean some things up. And this is for your efforts. Now, don't offend me by trying to turn it down. Just take it. An honest fight deserves an honest reward. If that were more common practice in this world, I think it would be a so much better place. They can't hear you, dude. What? The levels seem to be working and everything. Oh, like, yeah. Right. Shaking his angry fist at the corpses. Old man yells at Cloud. So great. Alright, maybe they can pick locks. Dang it. Raven Feeblement. Silver disc. Can I rest up here? Ah, I can rest up there. You wake from a nasty dream that tortured you almost all night. In it you saw a wall of unnaturally thick fog that surrounded you, slowly moving closer and closer. A quick look out the window, and you find that that fog was not a figment of your imagination, not a dream. And then... semi-mythological substance that would catch on fire on contact with air. It would burn hotter, longer, and in water. The fantasy equivalent of octopus fire. Huh. Compared to dragon spit. That's a good question.
Hear me. Please hear me. Can you hear me?
Gotta be careful of those fake creatures. The half-transparent outline of a beautiful nymph appears before you. Even in this ghostly form, it's not clear that she's exhausted. Sorry, it is clear. Her shoulders are slouched and her large blue eyes burn with a pale face. Her voice is barely more than a whisper as she reaches towards you. Begone, spirit! I've had enough of you!
This fog melts my power like snow under the bright rays of the sun in spring. I know not if I will have the strength to call to you again. We have a common enemy. Help me, and I can help you.
Amos, it was a good, weird history class.
This fog, it enshrouds, entangles, suffocates. If only I could learn how it was created. My powers wane. I have barely the strength to call out to you. All I know for certain is that somewhere in this forest lies an old house, and it echoes with the remnants of a strange power. The Stag Lord and his druid were there. The fog hides this place from me, but I can point you to the bandits' camp near the Thorn Ford. Make them tell you where this place is. Go there and listen to the echo, catch the whispers, search for anything that can tell you how the fog was created. Once the fog clears, nature will breathe again, and you will be able to easily find your way to the fortress of our mutual enemy.
I'm glad my adventure begins with such a beautiful sight. No. What do you want from me?
Salvation. We have a common enemy, and long have I searched for someone who can defeat him. The one you call the Stag Lord. As a storm strikes ruthlessly with gusts and lightning, the Stag Lord wreaks havoc with the swords of his servants. And not just in the world of people. The land also suffers from the evil he brings. My forests and my flowers suffocate in this fog. Soon even I will vanish as the last ray of light fades in dusk.
Alright, we'll say I'm glad my adventure begins with such a beautiful sight.
It is so tender. It can so easily be crushed under the blows of cruel fate. But you can save it from being undone. I don't believe in fate, stranger.
Alright. Now that I feel gross. Set off to Thorn Ford and battle the bandits within. There are no threats in this location. It's a sort of headquarters where you can prepare your party for new expeditions. In such locations, companions don't follow you around and will go about their own business. You can speak to them freely once you get to know them better. Your jam is transferring money. Hey, Milken, I don't know if you know this, but I happen to be a Nigerian prince. The donation button is down below. I'm going to try to do the girl voice again so everybody can cover their ears. Good. Oh my god, I can't even do it. Good day. I hope you're feeling all right after that battle. I can't thank you enough for what you've done. I definitely don't want to waste your time, but if you have a moment, I have a request. And no, that's not quite Mickey Mouse, because Mickey Mouse is... Hot dog! How's it going, Goofy? Huh? Alright, what did you want to ask me? Alright, tell me about yourself. My husband encouraged established a trading post. What can you tell me about the Stag Lord? We have tremendous Gofefi, yep. He's not just some average bandit. If no one puts a stop to him, he'll turn the stolen lands into his personal kingdom. A kingdom of fear and oppression. Now, I'd like to point out, we are literally here to take these lands and make them into my own kingdom. And I assume if we were to play very evil, we would then control these lands in fear and oppression. Thank you, I appreciate you doing the things. Milken really glad Sergato admitted his girl is just Mickey Mouse trying to be undercover. Number 4, I'm not chaotic evil. I don't like either of these options either. Fear always follows power. It would be naive to think the Stag Lord is so much different than another ruler. I think I like that one the best. Alright. Hi. Who are you? You don't have a picture, so you're not important. A famous Pathfinder here in the middle of nowhere. Why? I'm not reading all that. Holy cow. Okay. Jeez. Jeez, that text. Jeez. That's a lot of text.
Step, step, step.
I don't want to talk to these people either. Like, okay.
What's in wait for me there?
To the world map. Alright, that's my current group. Amiri. Amiri is a barbarian from the realm of the Mammoth Lords. She's blunt, a little crude, and doesn't talk much about her past, but her heart's in the right place. I wouldn't have anyone else at my side in battle. Alright, so that's the ford where the bandit camp is that we're looking for. But we could also explore this area over here. Well, that's where we came from. So we can explore down here. Leave the old fart at home. This journey will take some time. Okay, let's go. So how do I... So do I go like south then? There's someone on the road. Get ready. There is someone on the road. A jittery old man in squalid clothing shuffles up to you. His gray hair is unkempt, and he continually clenches and unclenches his wrinkled, freckled hands. When he stops and looks up at you, his eyes widen, and he tugs at his beard. Strange weather. Invisible fog creeping out of the woods. Soars beyond the sky, obscures the sun and moon. Strange? The old man shakes his head, his eyes shifting about seemingly at random. I don't like the look of this old man. Looks like he's the kind who can cast an evil eye. Oh my god, why do I have so many girl characters in my party? Move along, old man. We give no alms. I don't have time to listen to an old fool's nonsense. Begone! Bold dogs bark loud, while cunning ones readies to bite. Cunning short but stubborn. He is now in an ancient tube that lies south of the trading post, searching for the great power that once gave joy and now brings only death. You don't want my nonsense, then you'll have sobs and screams. Once stolen, the land should be reclaimed. Once reclaimed, bound with the claimer shall it be. Bound, merged, joined by unbreakable ties, claiming the land, claiming its pain, claiming its death. Yes, that was a compliment. He's gone.
Trail me.
Oh, that's my main character. They didn't have a lot of good portrait options, so I just went with the one that felt the closest to the kind of character I was eventually kind of going for. Alright, I guess we're going this way now. Alright, so there's these hunting grounds, and then there's the ford.
We should gather our strength.
Oh, that's the tome, I guess. Oh, we gotta rest. Alright. Camping. Holy cow. Okay. Alright, so I want to check out... Oh wait, no, I didn't want to do that. Yes, that's fine, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's check out this place first. Alright, I'm really digging this game. Like, I think that's fairly obvious at this point, but I really like this map stuff and exploring and stuff. It's really neat compared to, like, a lot of the way the other games handle this kind of stuff. Although I think somebody had said earlier that... oh, okay. This is not a great strategy on my part. Corrosive touch this guy? He terrified and croaked me. I am feared.
Wretched things.
I regret coming here. My character ran off the screen completely.
I wonder what lies in...
He's dead, guys. I'm dead, Jim. Luckily we have the scythe elf. Yeah, that's pretty funny, right?
Despicable.
And like, everyone else hasn't even gotten hurt yet. That's amazing. I do have to say the other nice thing about this game is a lot of these, well, like Baldur's Gate and stuff. I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate recently. I never finished that game, so I've been trying to like kind of play through it and get to the end of it. And that game makes it so that if your PC dies, the entire party dies. And so it's really hard to play a mage character in that game, because even like at maximum level you only have like 50 health, and it's using the advanced Dungeons & Dragons rules, which are even more unforgiving basically. And so yeah, it's hard to play that game as a caster when every time you die as a character it ends the game. Game over, man. Game over. Alright. We healed my light wounds slightly. Unidentified ring. Alright, hold on. Let me try to aggro that one this time, okay?
For adventure.
Scared? You should be.
Get rest to the inn. So you remove that debuff. Debuff? Oh, okay. I got you now.
Bring it! Advance! Onward!
Die! Die!
I never made it to the city when I was a kid. So, no, I never successfully stole from Drizzt.
I'm alright.
Oh, I don't have any healing items on you. What am I doing with my life?
May I see your entrails, please?
Let's do that, maybe.
This won't kill me. I'll survive.
Everyone's dying.
Survive. This body holds no more.
Oh, God. I don't think we should have came here yet.
I wonder what lies beyond.
Oh, boy. Will she win? Tune in next week to see if Valerie can defeat 3 enemies by herself.
I can't keep this up much longer.
The answer is yes, you can definitely overextend.
Avenge me.
I've been defeated. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, let's get out of there. We don't want to go in there. So because of that encounter, I think we're going to go to the bandit camp first.
My life is a burden.
The more I travel, the more I'm sure. True nobleness is not inherited. Every other smug dimwit with a Marquess title has worse manners than his horse.
That's an accurate statement. I think so. But I don't know for sure. All right.
Time becomes distance.
Need that moss. It's edible. Well, I didn't grab it. Dang it.
Step, step, step.
Interesting. Into the woods. You see a tall, broad-shouldered man with prematurely gray hair and a decisive face. Everything about him, his stance, his gesture, his intonations, radiates confidence. I'm not here to listen to your complaints or your crazy plans, Kressel. We cannot fight Rostov. Leave Jamadi's messenger alone and follow your orders. You probably haven't even burned down that old house that Staglord seems to hate so much. Is the Staglord just gonna hide from the fog forever? Kressel hisses angrily. If we don't show them our strength, they'll think this land belongs to them. When are we going to do something worthwhile? Something more than just stealing from these spineless hogs. Uh-oh. That's a she. She stops and notices you. Damn. The man turns to you calmly. Ah, you must be the guest from Rostov. Well, I have always preferred to solve things face to face. I'm Akitos Insimort, the Lord Stag's right hand. We should have a conversation. He said talk, but I think he'd say conversation because he seems to be confident. You know. And just what do you want to talk about? All I'm interested is talking about the location of Stag Lord's Fortress. I'll talk to bandits. Fight. That one. I doubt you'll get what you want from any of us. Those who would talk don't know, and those who know won't talk. Not even if you tortured us. So perhaps I can convince you to hear me out. Alright, I can always kill him later, eh? I'm sure you've heard many stories of the Stag Lord and his people. You probably think we're flesh-eating madmen. We're nothing of the sort. I assure you, we essentially want the same as those who sent you, ownership of this land, and the right to take payment from those who live and work here. The stolen lands aren't part of Brevloy, despite what anyone may think. My commander has as much right to this land as Jamadi Eldori. I personally forbade Cressel's people from harming the owners of the trading post. They paid on time and worked dutifully, at least until you showed up and disturbed things. But despite that, does this really need an end to violence? Rostov is too far away to be able to effectively control these lands, and I don't want to lose any of my people, so please, leave the Stag Lord be and leave in peace. Requires good, which I can't do. Lawful good. Fortunately, there can be no peace between me and the Stag Lord. I've seen too much, and I won't allow him to keep robbing the settlers. Chaotic good. I shall stop the Stag Lord and the evil he commits. Neutral. I'm not here to take sides, but if you don't want bloodshed, I'm willing to talk. Neutral evil. Rostov promised me a Barney for the Stag Lord's head, a Kitaros, and I intend to collect it at any cost, even a bloody one. I think I'll do the neutral answer. Neutrality is not long lived in the stolen lands. You performed a neutral action. Gessel's hand axe swishes through the air. Enough talk. You won't make it to the Stag Lord. Rostov Butliker. Just what we needed. Gressel, stand down. You'll do whatever you wish, but know that I won't be helping you. Interesting. Oh man, this guy got the height advantage on me and everything?
Unworthy.
We're gonna die again.
Let
Go
us
there.
strike as one. They go down! Wretched things.
Wow. She's already messed up pretty good.
Die! Die! Die!
I guess that's what I get for that reckless stance, huh?
This won't survive.
Yeah, she's dead already.
Survive.
I wonder what lies beyond.
This body holds no more.
I wonder what lies
I think we're gonna die again.
I can't keep this up much longer.
You can do it, Valerie! Slaughter all the bandits! The blood isn't orange. The people are orange. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my party is dead. Do one of those. Stop yelling at me, you silly thing. and then we'll do one of these. And then, like, I need a sad face. What's a good sad face? I might. We have one more place to go check out. Your face. What? What? My face is the same. Oh, milk can. That's so mean. It is a pretty sick burn, though. I'll give you that.
My life is a burden.
Tired. Everybody's tired.
I wish I was born in a noble family. Servants to lick my boots and bring me breakfast in bed.
I like this
Not
little
like
dialogue
my
thing.
tribe.
Well,
They
resting.
wake you up with a kick and hustle you to cook more. Stinking goats.
I bet your time among nobility would be even shorter than mine. You'd jump up the moment you were trying on your third dress, or drinking tea with your auntie. You'd trash the place and run into the forest.
I mean, probably. But everything has been death at this point, so... Why not take a look? Although if my coughing persists, I'll probably... If my coughing persists, I'll probably have to end the stream here soon. Because I don't want to peek you guys. Peek. That's really close. Look at that. There's our treasure. Already worth our trip. Oh, I keep forgetting. My freaking character is a freaking conjurer.
We miss all the fun.
Don't I have a summon monster spell? Is it not prepared? Seeing it. I was pretty sure that was one of the spells I took. Well, either way, actually I just got that scroll, right? So can I just learn it now? Even if I don't have it. Info. Yeah, I mean, so normally the stream has a little bit of a delay to it. Just by its nature.
Yes.
I have a pupper. Oh! It's this jerk. A gnome in gaudy purple garb seizes your attention, of course. This scoundrel Tartuko, I'll say. You know from your time in Rostov. The vile gnome is standing on a small hill, expressing his discontent in every way he can muster.
Let me guess, you're still dawdling.
No worries,
Should
Pengu. I
make
really
some
appreciate you
tea
hanging
in
out.
the meantime? Bake a pie, perhaps? Plant a small garden and harvest some cherries? Perhaps you'd be more comfortable wearing fool's caps and colored trousers. Then at least I'd be able to sell tickets. Come one, come all! Feast your eyes upon the slowest and the most ridiculous buffoons in Golorian.
Why hurry? The same end awaits us all.
This depressed dwarf drives me nuts.
Digging through a dusty dungeon, searching for I don't know what, and all this frowning. Scold, scold, scold. This is not how I imagined adventures with the future Baron. What am I ever going to write my book about? How we labored to open a chest filled with dust?
Quickly now. If we don't find that artifact soon, someone else might seize it. Someone who's standing over there watching you right now, you fools!
Turns his angry gaze upon you. He nods to his guards to draw their weapons. Don't you have some other pressing business to attend? Perhaps Jamadi's quest, the search for the Stag Lord? I would be happy to see you among your companions. Your faith does not oblige you to follow fools and liars like Tartuko, Lindsay. Alright, so I'm going to start with Lindsay.
Yes! I shall overturn a new leaf, and on that leaf I shall pen a wonderful, thrilling story of the victory of the future Baron and the bitter defeat of his malevolent, flatulent rival. Nah.
She sticks her tongue out of that.
I see my magnificent rival will stop at nothing, even at stealing the servants of his enemy. Let us see if your fools are even more useless than mine. Draw your swords and cover my retreat.
Alright, so let's have you engage that one. You two go after this one. I'll start arrowing that one.
Last chapter.
I didn't read the thing. It seemed from afar, but cracks in the stone turned out to be a fading image of the sun. A grinning jackal's skull expressed. Judging by the outline of this bas relief once depicted the sun and moon. Now it's eroded beyond vision. The image carved in the stone has almost completely worn away over the ages. One can still distinguish a sickle and a sword.
What troubles you?
Alright. Hi. Welcome to the party, Barty. I'm over encumbered again, which is why I think my characters are moving slowly. And next, oh, Bard talent. Okay. What kind of weapon is she using currently? That's right, she was using her crossbow earlier. Cure light wounds. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, she's in this spell. Expeditious retreat.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're over encumbered again. So the question is, can I leave here? You cannot travel. Your inventory's weight is too great. Can I, like, put stuff on to reduce it? Still overloaded. There we go. How sweet, the first breath of fresh air after the stale, damp stiffness of the tomb before us stretched an unending hearth, filled with hills and gullies and patches of low shrubs. Already the trail of Tartu and his companions had gone cold. No blades of grass was bent, it must have been enough time to straighten them back up, since whoever last passed through. But the heath's dry earth preserved the prints of little shoes. Our eyes to the ground, we followed the trail. We walked and 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 walked, until finally we came to a huge gully, the dried up bed of a river Yor. But what is this? At the edge, the grass was trampled down, and the soil churned up with claw prints, lots of them. We'd stumbled upon a fresh battlefield. Here the trail split. One set of footprints walked away from the battle and down the gully. The brave footprints that faced down the enemies followed the path along its edge. The claw marks were not deep. The attacks were small and lean, and more of these creatures walked on two legs. Finally, the form of the prince left no doubt in their minds that we'd stumbled upon kobolds. Kobolds. Discovered traces of a spell, apparently from the illusion school of magic, near where the lonely trail descended into the gully. The way down the steep, it took some time to reach the bottom. Walking in the loose soil was difficult, but the clawed footsteps were easy to spot. The bottom of the gully went downhill deeper and deeper. Finally, the footprints turned, rolled up a steep slope, and disappeared in the gully's edge. We couldn't but admire the animal agility, and clever claws of the creature that we were following. The slope before us was as tall as 2 men tall, and in a hanging crest. Climbing such a slope would be no easier than climbing a sheer wall. However, a long, steady-looking root stuck out of the ground from the top. There was one brave hero among us who decided to try his luck at the root. After tugging on the root, Lindsay took a deep breath, grabbed it with both hands, and began the difficult ascent. Pushing her feet against the slope and grabbing her root with both hands, she climbed higher and higher. Only her breathy heaving and faint creaking of the root broke the deadly silence. Suddenly, the dust poured down from the top of the slope, and the root began to slide from the ground. Keeping her wits, Lindsay shifted her weight so her legs and froze. After a tense moment, she continued her journey, and soon had reached the top of the slope. After catching her breath, she lay on the ground and offered her hand to help the next of us up. Which is funny, because she's a halfling. After climbing out of the gully one by one, we easily found the clawed footprints again and moved forward. The air grew tense. We sensed that we were approaching our target, and our intuition proved correct.
Listen to me. A dragon, huge, sparkling, flew down to me from the
Sparkle
sky
dragon.
and told me a secret. A great relic that will win the kobold's glory is hidden somewhere nearby. Enough of this pitiful existence. Search for it. Search and bring it to me.
The leader speaks in a suspiciously familiar voice of the gnome, Tarchuko. I'm gonna do the good one this time.
Who is there? How? Here, you fools! I mean tribesmen. Don't listen to his lies. I shall bring you to glory. Just help me find the relic and stop this trickster.
Oh, it's amazing. It's so good. This game is really good. I'm really enjoying this so far. That's a lot of kobolds, though. So let's do that, and then I think we want to let them kind of come to me first. So what do I have for spells still? Like, this is probably Ray of Frost would probably be really good. I wish I knew why I didn't have Summon Creature out. It's so frustrating that I don't seem to have it. Burning Hands, Mage Armor, probably not be a bad idea to do. Cool, we only aggroed 3 of them to start with.
Serves you right.
Inspire Courage is so good. grab the mushroom. There's an imprint on the ground near the empty chest. It looks like another chest of the same size recently sat beside it. This game is really freaking good. Lindsay. I'm Lindsay, the author of the book you are, dear reader, holding in your hands. I once studied at the Academy of Arts in Pitax, but decided that a real bard doesn't belong within the suffocating walls of some school. Okay, so that's as much as we get for the story of him at the moment. Okay, but this is where he went off to. Okay, but now I might have... I'm going to go back to the trading post, though. Really?
I'm hungry. When we stop?
Okay, we can stop here really quick. That's fine.
Someday, I'll write a play about our adventures, and you'll have one of the main parts.
Then we'll see if there's at least one actress brave enough to go on stage and impersonate me, knowing that I'll be sitting in the front row.
Somebody nearby on the road. Get ready.
You make an epic pose. I need inspiration.
Do not falter.
Oh, this is cool though. So I don't know if you can see them very well from here, but they are definitely the Pathfinder style of goblins. That's neat.
My life is a burden.
They go down! Wretched things.
May I see your entrails, please?
Love that line every time.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
That blood does go far. Okay, so we finish resting. Neat. Can I not navigate out of here? Do I have to go back down the way they came in or something? That's a good tactic to make sure you have to fight the bad guys. You just can't run away. Achievement progress. 1 out of 100. Oh boy. Apparently you get ambushed at camp a lot. There's an achievement to be ambushed 100 times. Yeah, let's go check down what's this path. What's that? Blackberry meadow. Thorny bushes full of juicy berries still grow on the side of an old oak. Okay, now that I've found it, okay. I see.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Listen, since you've been dispatched masters of skill, maybe you can help with another problem. There's a feral swine living here in the woods, not a normal wild pig. We're talking about a vicious boar, as big as a bear and wicked as a devil. The locals call him Tuskgutter. Manhunters have lost life and limb to him. Veckel Benson found his lair and went to kill the beast, but came back with one leg. He put a bounty on the boar's head, but it looks like there aren't any heroes around bold enough to claim it. Maybe you will rid us of this monster. Amiri livens up. Hey, we're better than the local wusses, right? Want to bet I can chop off Tuskgutter's snout with a single swing? Come on, let's find out. Alright. I like the idea of that. And since you seem to like the idea too, and I like you, show me your wares, Oleg. That's it. There we go. I like that a lot. Who's ever showed me that is my hero. I still have a ton of stuff though. Currently. Still don't have enough for +1 items though. I could get a heavy shield. When did I get a longsword +1? Nice. It's good. I like it. Ring of Protection is great too. I had found a ring too, I thought, but maybe that was before then I died, possibly. Well, my name is not Leg. Oleg is the name of the guy that I'm currently talking to. Masterwork Bastard Sword.
Step, step, step!
I'm glad you enjoyed watching me manage my inventory. God, this game is even atmospheric. Like a little dust floating around. Oh, it's so good. Talk to them now too, huh? Cool.
Wait for me there, I wonder.
Oh. Oh, I feel good. There's someone on the road. Get ready to rumble. Technic League's mage. A group of well-armed fighters approach. One of them raises a voice pointing at you. I have. It's just been a while. Interesting. Hey you, stop right there, Kalani. Look at this one. Will he do? The group's leader lays her cold and watchful eyes upon you. This one, I suppose. But I don't like his snout. Oh, it's a girl again. Man, I really gotta do these girl characters, right? She studies your companions carefully but nonchalantly, as if examining goods out in the market. Listen, you tramps. We're from the Technic League. Our slave died, and we need a replacement. One of you will be coming with us. The rest of you are free to go. I advise against resistance. It would be a quick trick to kill every one of you. Choose now which one of you will give. Thanks, Milken. Have a good night. Eat that trust. Well, I know what the Technic League is first. One very serious organization from Numeria. People with whom you'd better not start a fight, and who you better not bother with foolish questions. Chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral.
Onwards! Despicable.
There's a mage. Is she the mage? Oh, mage. Okay. The leader or the mage? Alright.
Stay behind me.
The leader's also mage. This one says mage in the name too. Rogue chicken back. Alright. If you say so, that's what we'll do. Mage chicken back first.
Bring it.
Let's open up those attacks of opportunity, shall we?
Let us strike as one.
And then you go ahead and do that. Yep. I appreciate the tip.
Leaving you out of our story.
So I can like
This didn't finish. I must continue.
taunt this guy or something. I don't know why I bother always trying to play mages. It's always a bad time.
Stay behind me. This won't kill me.
You deserve it.
Survive. I always survive.
We did it. Okay, so this time I didn't get any of the really bad debuffs. So I can just keep going basically, right?
Was called forth.
Cool. So how do I...
Life is a burden.
Is there like a different... Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. I have no meta magic. Ooh. Wait, what? break. Alright. Where's the... Here it is. The insidious henchmen of the ominous Technic League have disappeared into the thick wilderness of the mysterious stolen lands, but not for long. Soon we'd be upon them. First, though, we'd have to pick up their trail, and to do that, we knowledge Arcana, which is huge. We've seen what kind of spell can I use to get away. Bringer. Failed. Okay, let's try World. Well, say it seems deserted at first glance. Wandering around the area, we met a few mushroom gatherers and hunters who told us that they'd seen our quarry. We hadn't discovered the exact position of the camp, but we were closing in. After this, we... Henchmen of the ominous Technic League are truly insidious in the stolen lands of mysterious thicket, but true heroes think nothing of such things. We easily picked up the trail of the scoundrels and soon found their camp. Wow, okay, I really like this. The Pillars of Eternity also have like the little like reedy segment decision making stuff.
My
Whatever.
life is a burden.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
One more pip and then we'll
We
rest.
should gather our strength.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Everyone's tired. Jeez.
Back home, we'd say, the thicker the armor, the longer it takes to ready the...
I also have not finished it. I've done the first White March though, and that expansion was amazing. I was such a fan of that Dwarven
Sew your
Fortress.
arms and legs back, so you're
So good.
more or less human shape.
Yeah, I like that. That was funny. Scotland suddenly woke in the house. Dogs were howling fiercely not far away. It smelled like burning. The wooden walls were steaming hot, and the smoke was wreathing below the low ceiling. Yeah, it is the one with the forge. I'm gonna open the door. Gotta push the door with the shoulder, but it wouldn't budge. The flames were starting to crawl up the walls. Zagato grew short of breath, and he sat down heavily on the floor. Zagato's skin felt cold. He heard a murmur of water and the soft lapping of waves. After opening his eyes, he saw a rocky river bottom and a bloated body tangled in the green water weeds. The drowned man's empty gaze was fixed upon Zagato. The drowned man's mouth opened slowly, and a hoarse whisper said, "Shriek River, Zagato." At this moment, Zagato finally awoke. Drenched in sweat, he told us what he had seen in his dream. Urban nightmare. What are these horrible dreams that plague our leader each night? What terrible manifestations? Something. Alright, let's try this again. Somebody sweat on him. Yeah, right?
My life is a burden.
Oh, we can camp on the maps. That's interesting.
I can't believe our adventure finally begins. I'm so happy to be here, and I do hope we will become trusted companions, and perhaps even true friends.
Slay me now.
I think it's really cool. It's definitely a neat way to handle the mechanic. I also like that it feels more like healing from like Advanced Dungeons & Dragons. Like she's still missing like 10 health right now.
Anything is possible.
Yes.
step, step. Time becomes distance.
What's that?
Adventures call to them.
How curious.
Anything else? Applause, please.
Oh, that doesn't really help me too much. Okay. Let's go back this way. Herbs. Hopefully I find some mint. Just herbs. Just good old generic herbs. Man's belongings are piled together in a messy heap. Search the belongings for information and arrivals. At a perception check, you find a cache under all the clothes and blankets. Opening the lid of the small hollow, you find a box full of bottles. An inscription on the side reads, "Wine for a stag lord. Do not dare steal it, fools. I'll make sure you rot." This is a choice. Do I want to break the jars and spill the wine, or take the wine? I feel like this is the more chaotic and option that I enjoy, so that's what we're going to go with. Okay, so we did that. Advancing. Seriously secured this area.
Forwards? No, backwards, backwards!
Alright, so my plan this time is we're going to try to pull them back, I think. I'm going to say, you can tell me everything you know about the Stag Lord and where he's hiding, or you can die. That's so. If anybody's going to be pushing up daisies, it won't be me. Nope. Alright, that was quick that time. Okay, so let's fall back to like here, maybe. Perfect. Okay. So now all you melee folks, get in there, get your stuff going. Do that. Do your courage. Oh, Jesus.
Do not falter.
Any last wishes? This is where I step in.
There, we got the guy out of the tower that time.
Let the
I didn't even gain any levels yet. Like, that was just by using superior tactics. It's amazing, isn't it? How that stuff works out. Okay. Set Lania's wedding ring. Oh my gosh! I didn't even know that was missing. That'll make her happy.
step, step, step.
The notes of the traveling priest. I can read that right now. Sweet pancakes. Written orders. Crystal, a task. As soon as you're done with the taxes, find an old hut in the woods upstream from the Thorn River and burn it to the ground. This is the Stag Lord's wish. He literally said burn, burn, burn. Yep, I figured as much. I was originally going to be Dovin, but he grew upset when he learned nobody lived in the hut. Said burning houses with no one in them is boring, so said I send someone more reliable. It's a strange task, but try to finish it quickly, and no asking what the or why bother with this trifle instead of preparing a war for a stove. We'll get to that. You see a dark-haired man about 45, though the wrinkles on his face make him look 60 at first sight. He's currently a prisoner, judging from his tied hand. He slouches a bit, squinting short-sightedly at the light as he moves his lips as though speaking to someone invisible. He jerks his head up, and he notices you. praise Aristotle. Someone finally chased off those scoundrels. Thank you, stranger. My name is Jod Kavikin. I'm priest of Aristotle from Galt. Those bandits attacked me as I was crossing the river. Said they wanted to take me to their leader, make me heal their wounds. Not a chance. The strength granted me by Aristotle is meant to help honest people, not robbers. Don't like these options, but alright. Oh, these times. Excuse me. I'd be surprised to meet an honest man as to see a manicore at a vegetable stall. Thank you for your help. I've exhausted my supply of prayers, but I'll gladly repay you in the future once I've restored my strength. Come to me if you ever need to be healed or blessed. I'm afraid an old fool like me won't be much to handle a mission given to me by Estel on my own. How can I search for a temple when the bandits around here won't let me take a single step? I'll head over to Olgan Levin's trading post to rest and think on what to do next. Please, traveler, if you happen to discover the ruins of the Temple of the Elk, come inform old Jod. My gratitude will know no bounds. Join my party. We could use a paladin.
Applause, please.
Alright, anything else we need to check here? This box over here too. Oh, did I set the camp up at...
You know, sometimes I try to imagine what it's like to be like you. A knight in shining armor and the Queen of Hearts, all rolled into one. Your life is like a novel.
From a distance, it looks like a blessing, does it not?
Good. Save. Alright, sorry. Just checking something quick. Okay, so that's the lair with the boar. And that's the abandoned hut. So... great old tree dominates this area, rising from the rims of a waterlogged pine forest. This game is so freaking neat.
My life is a burden.
I like how the mage always gets tired first.
I'd give anything for a mug of hot grog. And for 2 mugs? No. After 2 mugs, they'd kick me out of the tavern. How come I never learned how to drink at the academy?
Entering the location. Oh my god. There's like light in dungeons too. That's so cool. Guardian of the Bloom. You are here. Please follow me. Father, please. I looked for the herbs you asked for. There just weren't enough to use. Silence! Did you forget the rules? You speak when I say, you do as I say. I couldn't read it all the time. 3 times. Enough. I can't. Enough. That's scary.
Requires your attention.
Ooh. Some minerals.
Trail me. I see blood. Blood! They go down!
Wretched things.
Oh, got the pelts that time. Nice. Nugra's old notes. In early spring, Willow's leaves are the same color as her eyes. His, too, I barely hold myself from burning them out with acid. It is his fault. Despicably weak, and it was not for him. She would still be alive. Does not talk to me, looks away, plans something I know. I have to gather forest herbs and make a hiding place, hide my charms. He is a coward, but he can steal and run away. I will punch it out of him. Everything hurts, I can barely walk. How could he? How? He would never bring himself to confront me on his own. He says his name is now Staglord. He says he will not let me die, or let me go. He says I should not be calling him my son like I ever did. He told me to pack my things. We are leaving soon. He now has his people in his own fortress. I'm hiding the charms in the herb cache. I probably should not. I will not be able to escape. He will not let me. Oh boy. Okay.
What a surprise.
That makes things a little more interesting. Hey, an ancient coin. Sweet. I missed something back there, huh? All right.
Time becomes distance.
Where have you been? I told you to prepare everything for the ritual. You will never give me orders again. What? Well then, summon your power, or maybe you'd like to try the acid. I'm not your pet any longer. Not your toy. Not your son. Enough, I won't kill you. Your powers will be of use to me. From now on, you do as I say. You speak to me only when I speak to you. Oof.
Step, step, step.
A small deserted timber shack. Topaz Road.
I failed. I'm sorry.
Failed.
Just letting the ink dry.
You only get one try, huh?
The road calls me.
That's
I'll take the
interesting.
bait.
I have been waiting for you. The flowers, birds, and wind told me you would come. Oh, my poor flowers. They will perish before long in this bog.
Seems that only you can see or
Be
hear the nymph.
warned. Unknown voices whispering to you from nowhere rarely have your best interests in mind.
I like that. It's a good line. Tell me more. I'd like to know more about my life.
Wish to know. Fine. I'll tell you a fairy tale.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there lived a young nymph.
Storytime,
She
folks.
lived in an enchanted forest, where 1,000 birds sung day and night, where the sun often left a spark or two hanging in the tree crowns, and where the starlight fell on sleepy glades like a glowing soft hay. The young nymph loved simple things, like sitting by the stream with her friends, braiding each other's hair and adorning their braids with crystals made of dew, or watching the flowers blooming. But inside her soul, the young nymph dreamed of something more. Oh, dreams. Nothing in any world can live without them. Even a seed that falls in fertile soil cannot sprout without the dream of the sun. The same was true for our nymph. She wished to turn her enchanted forest into a true fairy tale kingdom and fill it with thousands of wonders. Those greater powers decided to punish the nymph for her boldness. They sent a horrible monster to poison the enchanted forest and kill the singing birds. The nymph was forced to flee. And finally she found shelter here, in the stolen lands. Here she hoped to sprout the seeds of a new dream, even as she mourned the dream she'd lost. Then the magic mist appeared, killing everything that lived. And the nymph cast about, desperately searching for help. So far, these are the fairy tale's final words.
Broke it. I broke it. I
I
broke it.
hope
Sorry.
this is not the end just yet. Search the area around the hut. Try to find anything that remained of the druid who lived here. I am sure the fog is his doing. This suffocating veil is as vicious as his nature. We should learn more about the fog and the ritual through which it was created. Return to me if you find anything. The past may hide. I will be.
Forwards! No, backwards.
You see that?
Backwards!
This stone altar is decorated with eroded foliage patterns as symbols of the green faith. Another lost note. I went to the old temple of the Elk again today. Wicked, gloomy place, just like my soul. It used to shine once, and it's hollow and horrible now. Did he spy on me? Maybe I should lock him up. No, let him be. What can he do, the useless coward? Just whimper and hide.
You come again. Did you find something? An ancient temple. The temple of the stag god. Yes, that must be it. The place of power where the druid created the fog. Perhaps we'll be able to cleanse it from there. The temple hides in the thicket not far from here. You'll need to go there and purge the place of whatever evil still lingers there, summoned by the druid's sinister ritual. Take care. You are my only hope.
I wish I named myself Obi-Wan Kenobi. I got some moss. I saw that wolf in there.
Carve my name onto your flesh. Is all of this blood mine? Never thought I had that much.
Skin it. Alright. Oh, I made it to 10. Starting to feel a little bit more of a tickle in my throat, so I think I'm gonna have to call it here though. So let's save it. Oleg straight pose one. Well, excuse me. Alright, let's take a look here. Ah, gosh, go away. So let's see whom is streaming that we can raid. So many good people at the moment. Shen is playing the KFC dating sim game. Gam is playing Risk of Rain. He's playing with Spooky, it sounds like. That might be a good one. Yeah, let's go ahead and raid. Let's raid Gam. All auto defaulted to Gambin. I really appreciate everybody that stopped in tonight, and a couple people who donated bits and stuff like that. So my schedule's kind of crazy. I go back and forth with my children basically. So next week, well, I'm thinking about doing a stream on Saturday this weekend. I normally don't stream on the weekends, but I've been watching KMaker play the Sans fight in Undertale, so I was thinking about working my way to get to that fight like tomorrow and Thursday when I can't stream. And then doing just the Sans fight, basically, until I beat it. And it's taken her 12 hours now, so I imagine it'll be a pretty long stream on Saturday if I do stream. But then after that, next Wednesday would be the next day I'm back. And it's October then, so I'm probably going to try to find some spoopy games to play. But I kind of play whatever I want to play. I don't really have like a set schedule to the way I do this, so you might see more of this, you might not. We'll see. But anyway, I really appreciate it again. You guys have a good night.